Right, we are live. Sit here and see if we get anybody coming in. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody survived the storm well. That was a pretty nice little storm that we had. Sitting here trying to get this little fire going. Let's see if I can switch this around. It is not. It is not being happy. This is not a happy little fire. So after that big storm we had, even though my wood is covered, the blowing in ice and water just pretty much soaked everything. So it's not really happy. Exactly. Very icy. But hopefully everybody's pretty much recovered. I know there are some outskirts that still no power, and our thoughts are out for those people. Really bad little storm. Who have we got coming in? Yeah, we just decided Thursday night. It's a great night. Actually warmed up for once. It's been awesome. I mean, I'm down to just my BDU shirt and able to sit out here on the back deck. Before, you couldn't even walk out on the back deck because it was just solid ice. ACR Protect. Howdy, sir. I hope you are having a great evening. Did you make it home from work? Or did you just work from home today? And tonight, to start off with, we're just having a Miller latte, except I've kind of done this one a little bit different. You take a swig out of it, and then you pour in some Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. It kind of just spruces up your normal beer, makes a red beer. You're splitting some wood. Gotta love that pine, sir. So you're going to be, I'm going to look this direction. I should see some smoke signals coming up. Yeah, it's a Michelada, but with a Miller latte. Wet pine. That is going to be amazing. I'm sure that is going to be great. Of course, I can't really throw any shade. My fire here is not really firing on all cylinders. It's just kind of sounds like it's boiling. Your everything hurts. How much pine did you split, sir? Yeah, we got plenty of pine here. All that you want, and it's nice and green. It should smoke like a Dickens. I am going to I'm going to go grab a couple more sticks out of the yard. This is starting to suffer a little bit. Bear with me. The campfire is not doing well. Yeah, why not? That's a little bit big. We'll save it. That is probably my worst fire that I've had in a while. What we got coming in here? Caden Johnson, good evening, sir. welcome in. Appreciate you stopping in. Now, I hadn't done anything with trees yet. There's just, I've got a training trail around the place. I think I'm going to start tackling that tomorrow. I'm not really looking forward to it. I hadn't seen it all. The wife's been around a couple of times, but I have not yet been around it. I'm not looking forward. Oh ho, Minuteman. Welcome in, sir. Good evening to you as well. Hope you're doing well today. So how did everybody fare from this winter storm that came through? I know some people I think there's people out there that still don't have power. I hope they're doing okay. Trying to get a little fire going out here. It's just sad. So I recorded a little short, I think it was yesterday. I decided it was the first really nice day. I decided to come out here and make some hamburgers. It warmed up. I got the grill out, started cooking burgers, and there's just like shards of ice falling out of this gigantic tree. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Try not to make anybody dizzy. This tree is directly over my deck. I mean, it is huge. This is a big hackberry tree. All right, we're coming back down. And I didn't think it all the way through. There's shards of ice just falling out of this thing like bombs. It was great fun. Got quite a few people in here. Stop and say hi. We're just sitting out here trying to get a campfire going, having a Miller latte, just enjoying the evening. It actually feels good this evening. It felt like it got up into the 60s today. Yeah, but Andrew, your fire is made out of pretty much just petrochemical fire. It probably is burning better than mine. Mine is really sad. This wet oak does not want to G-haul with the program. That's okay. It is burning. At some point, it'll hit critical mass. Hey. I'm not lying. If anybody hadn't been around, Andrew and I went to our first camp together, and he brought up a bunch of pine that had fallen down. I guess you'd had it cut off your house or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, he had all this pine, and he brought it to the camp. We smoked the entire campground out. It was amazing. I have to say, though, it was extremely warm. But we could have gotten in trouble for blackface, because all you could see was where our glasses were. It was tragic. Yeah, we did something. We gave all those Girl Scouts next door. They probably all have lung cancer by now. They got smoker's cough and God knows what. The only thing I can say for this one is it is still burning. I guess that's a good thing. It's actually starting to build up a little head of steam. That's the reason why the Girl Scouts no longer sell you cookies. You're on their blacklist. They come by and egg your house every year on the anniversary of the Great Smoky. Yeah. But yeah, for the storm, man, that storm covered a huge swath of the country. We were out here without power, and we were the lucky ones, I feel. And I believe we were out power for about 75 hours, and the temperatures were down to 8 degrees. Of course, we're fairly set up for emergencies. We have lanterns, we've got a couple of generators, we have firewood that's good and wet. You know, that's the stuff that burns the best is the wet firewood. And I think the coldest ever got in the house was 56. Got down to 56 degrees. I think that's pretty good. I'm sure there's other people out there that did a lot worse. Anybody kind of northeast of us? We're here in Texas. Anybody northeast of us heading here tonight? Yeah, no frozen pipes. That was a win. And that was my main concern because I do have the swimming pool out here. We're in the South. It's really not set up for long term freezing weather. Brother Robert Ham, it's good to see you, sir. I hadn't been able to do it, and this is about as close as I could do it in person. I would just like to offer my sincerest condolences to you, Brother Robert. I'm truly sorry. If you ever want to talk, email me your number. My email's in my description, but I'm sorry, man. But the frozen pipes, yeah, that was the generators. That was their main job, was keeping all these pipes freed up. And that pool ran 24/7. Yeah, I appreciate it, Andrew. Yeah, you're more than welcome to give Robert my number. That pool ran 24/7. We got down to 8 degrees, and we had zero problems. Yeah, I can imagine that you are. I can only imagine. I can't understand it, but I can imagine. But yeah, that's what preparedness is all about. Is trying to tackle these problems. And you know, there's people. The last big freeze that they had here several years ago, one guy I know, they had a pool out in their backyard. I think they had like $30,000 worth of damages. $30,000 will buy a pretty nice generator and a crap ton of fuel. Saintly Center, howdy, howdy to you, sir. Welcome in. I am going to attempt to add you as a mod without shutting down my live. There. It's hard to do things on this phone with these big old digits. It's just really hard. The last time I shut down the live, at least I did for me, and had to restart it. Sun's just going down. It's still nice out here. I don't have my temperature gauge within reach, or I'd check it out. It is a common problem, especially when you get over 6 feet tall. These little buttons on a cell phone, they're not, nothing is made for anybody after a certain size. You're either too short or you're too tall, nothing works properly. The one win is that does fit properly is that Magellan sleeping bag. Did everybody see my video about my gear testing? That was pretty amazing. I was real happy with that sleeping bag. Yeah, size 15. Now, I'm not quite 15. I'm 14. And sometimes it's just brutal, especially growing up when I was younger. Back in the 80s, I think I was a 13 at that point. You go to a store and you look at size 13 shoes, you got maybe two. And they were both horrible, just horrible. That was a fun video, Andrew. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucked in some ways, but it was good. I mean, I learned a couple of good things. One, that sleeping bag is the bomb, and I am going to be doing a review on that sleeping bag at some point. The Magellan 20 Pro, and it's like $79. There is no reason to spend $600 on a sleeping bag. I mean, I guess there is if you're a professional, and really some of these hikers are professional hikers. They might not get paid, but they're pros at what they do. When ounces matter, I can see it. I am not a pro. I'm not hiking 25 miles a day. It's not happening. So for all the rest of us normal humans, don't go spend $600 on a sleeping bag. Hey, look. We're still going. We have more fire than what we had before. Now I can actually start to feel it. They are great saintly. Especially when you can find them that actually fit somebody over 5'10". That's usually the main problem with sleeping bags. I've owned several sleeping bags in my lifetime, and half of me was sticking out. Two bills, two Benjamins each, Robert. I mean, that's not horrible. That should get you a really good bag. But for common everyday use, as far as just, yeah, but everyday use by the common individual, if you're doing some really hardcore stuff, which quite honestly, I think I do a little bit of hardcore stuff. There's not very many people out there that want to go out there and sleep in 19-degree weather, but I'm not abusing the crap out of it. It doesn't have to fit in a backpack. Well, sometimes it does, but I just make do. It works. But really, yeah, $200 is not unreasonable. I think $600 is borderline. You better have a purpose. Oh yeah, the sleep system, Saintly. Levim, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us for a little while. So I have, Saintly, I have a fall one and I have a winter one. Our summer is stay at the house inside the air conditioner. And if it's around 60s, I'll just bring a Wooby poncho liner, and that's all I need. I don't have necessarily a summer bag. I kind of would like to try out a bivy bag though at some point in time. I think a bivvy would make a nice little emergency bag. It's not something I would think that I would want to go camping with on a consistent basis. I'm going to go see if I can kind of fix this fire. Hold with me here. That oak is starting to go whether it wants to or not. And once you get that stuff finally lit, and I really did use the wrong pieces in this fire. They're way too dense and they're too big. I should have drug out some smaller pieces. What kind of firewood did you cut today, Levin? Feels like it was only -10. Oh man, you must be up further north. Ash and smoke. That'll burn good in the fireplace. Got mainly just red oak here. Well, what I have brought in is red oak. Here on my property is all I've got is sweet gum trees and pine trees. Neither one of them are great for a fireplace. Michigan, oh yeah. How did y'all do during the storm? Everything okay up there? What kind of bivy bags did you get, Robert? I mean, was anything name brand, surplus, or what? That is a good idea. A couple of bivy bags may come in useful. Well, that's good, Levim. I'm glad 2 inches of snow, I'm assuming, up there. We had about 7/10 of ice here. And ice is the most common thing that we get here, and unfortunately is the worst form of frozen precipitation that there is. It brings down trees and just causes considerable damage. A few things that the military has of military grade is actually nice. Yeah, most people confuse military grade with awesome. No, military grade normally means it was produced by the cheapest bidder. I am going to have to do something here. I tell you what, that road out there, of course it is around 5:30 or so. That road is active. Why will you not stay over here? Okay, fine. Don't stay over there. Oh, this isn't going well at all. Be right back. And of course, as soon as I walk off, my phone rings. Let's see what I miss. Paid $50 a piece for them at a surplus store. Wow, that's pretty nice. Robert, you should do something on your channel there, man. Take some pictures, do some posts, or even if you don't want to do videos, I'd like to see something like that. I did sub to your channel, though. I figured at some point we're going to convince you to do some content, even if it's just posting things. My only fear is if you bought them for $50 a piece, it'd cost another $50 to actually get them here. I didn't do much with that fire, but it seems to be biting into something. Sun is going down. It better do something pretty quick or it's going to start getting cold out here. The one time where I need to have one of ACR's pine sticks. Brother Mainly off grid. Good evening, sir. How are you doing, man? How's things up in the Great White North? Here, we got to fix Mainly too. Let's see if I can fix him with that. There we go. Did the storm make it that far up, Mainly? Or was it south of you? And 10-man metal made in. Good evening, my brother. Really, Robert? Yeah, I want to see that. I don't know. I'm iPad stupid. I can barely do regular computer stuff. The iPad is beyond me. I have never had an Apple anything. All right, I'm the entertainment man. You're scratching for some entertainment, 10-man. Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be about the best I could think of too, Saintly. I would like to see your 3 and Flea. I'm going to be doing mine soon. I told ACR that I ordered some parts before he actually issued the challenge, and I'm kind of waiting for those parts to come in. And I actually think that phone call that I got just a minute ago was probably those parts. I don't know, though. They did leave a message, so. Yeah, that's kind of weird how it turns off the mic when you're actually trying to record a video. I'm going to see if I can find me an actual dry stick to put on top of this that will actually light. Oh, I hear the FedEx truck showing up. Yep, FedEx right on time. Andrew, are you still in here? Can you see those smoke signals yet, sir? That message right there, well, it says Send some pine. We need some pine for this thing. What are we having to eat tonight, Tin Man? I can barely wait, Andrew. Oh my goodness. I think we can make it happen. This piece was relatively small. I think it's going to take off. Freeze-dried seltzer. Thinking about that. Not the seltzer, but just something that's drinkable. About due for another one. Oh yeah, that piece of wood right there, it's going to jihad. Well then, breakfast for dinner is an absolute champ. I love breakfast for dinner. That's some of our favorites around here. Oh yeah, that's gonna. It's not full roar yet, but that's gonna burn. That one piece right there is what it needed. Something a little bit smaller that it could chew on. Robert, it is not. This isn't an easy process. I think everybody that posts videos, and those first few videos, what am I saying, first few videos? It is still a trial and error for me constantly. Just Lark, good evening, sir. I am glad you could make it in. It's good to see you. Never mind the beeping. I'm pretty sure we're a FedEx terminal or Amazon terminal. There's a truck here. I really need to go into a cardboard recycling plant. I don't know that I would make any money, but man, I could mass produce some cardboard. Leroy Jenkins. I think Metal must do some gaming. Man, how old is that now, Tin Man? My God, it's got to be at least, what, 17 years ago? Yep, we have achieved fire now. There is no doubt. Man, that is amazing. We got 9 people in here and 10 likes. I like that. No, don't do that, Robert. Put that hammer down, sir. You'll figure it out. Because all it'll take is a little sacrifice of pain. That's the reason why I stick with my smartphone. I've never had anything other than a smartphone. Everybody in the house here uses Apple products, but I don't speak in Apple. And hey, if you absolutely can't figure out the mic, put subtitles on that crap. Android supremacy. I don't know how supreme it is, but it's what I know. I don't need to get a blood feud going in here. That's a sore subject for a lot of people. You start speaking Android and the fruit section. They get all upset. Oh, you're going all out tonight, Andrew. A beer and a cigar. I'm actually gonna go have a new beer. I got a different beer. I've actually had one tonight, but I'm going to show y'all another because it was really good. Oh man, Tin Man's just going for it. He's going for all the hates. So I'm going to turn y'all around just for a moment. I'm going to go grab another beer. Y'all make sure the fire doesn't go out. I'll be right back. Ooh, that actually feels pretty good. Oxygen fire pit. Well, at least y'all can entertain yourselves. So, Andrew, or anybody for that matter, have you had this one before? This is by Three Nations Brewing. I don't even know if I can pronounce that. Marzipan Imperial Golden Stout. This, if you like a little coffee in your beer, it is really good. See, y'all can't read that. It's a golden stout brewed with an abundance of oats, honey malt, lactose milk, sugar. Beer is finished with almond extract and whole coffee beans. Intense coffee and almond aromas. With nearly a peanut butter-like taste and coffee finish. I can't taste any peanut butter, but I can definitely taste a little bit of the lactose, and the coffee is really good. So cheers all. Yeah, if you hadn't had it, you should try it. Hell, if I can get it in my little pissant town, you should be able to. It's pretty good. Nice mellow coffee flavor. It can be intense. I don't really like to drink in my tent. Yeah, it's a good one, Just Lark. I like it. I don't know how widespread it is. I've never even seen it. The bad thing about my store, so Fat Dog is owned by Specs, and it's a lot smaller than Specs. Every time I go in there, there's different beers. I can never get really the same thing twice. So it's, hey, that one looks cool. Let's drink it. I can't get no traction. It's pretty weird. Now if you like Miller Latte, they've got that every time. Yeah, it is the man's version of an iced coffee. It's pretty tasty. I like it. Yeah, I mean, if you spend that much time on the can art, hopefully you spent just as much time on the beer, if not at least 3 minutes more. How bad could it be, really? Oh man, Swedish meatballs and peach cobbler for dessert. Reason 695 while Andrew is fat. And I'd love to be, well, I am fat, but I'd like to be fat there with you. I could go for some Swedish meatballs and cobbler. Oh, that sounds nice, Tin Man. Look here, we have finally achieved fire. That is nice. Come on, Bree. Come on. Don't be stubborn. She is about to be getting down with the program now. Robert, I would love to go over there with you. I bet we'd have a good enough time to get thrown out, which is always a great time. If you hadn't been thrown out of a place before, it's amazing. And not doing anything necessarily wrong, just being a group of loud, rowdy bastards until they come and throw you out. All right. So I asked this question, and really, yeah, it's a brewery, not a library. Amen. So, how did everybody do in the storm? We've had a few people come in since I asked the question last. Hopefully, no hardships during the storm, no houses smacked by trees. I'm sure there's a lot of people like ourselves that we lost we lost power for quite some time. Man, that sounds like a great trip with them. And that is the proper time to be going to Wyoming and western Montana is July. That stick I had. Andrew. Hopefully not at the bar. Or the library. That would just be crass. All this wood is just crap. Hope you had your gloves on. Oh, God. Oh, my God. 75 personnel in one bar. I know that didn't go well. That'd just be like 75 construction workers in a bar. I don't have time in the military. Silly bastards wouldn't let me in, but construction workers, there wouldn't be a woman safe in there, I can tell you that. Well, Vim, Andrew, I have to say, he's behaved himself usually every time. Thank goodness. Ooh. Andrew's into that weird shit. A little water, that's not all smoke. A lot of that is just steam. Yeah, Tim Al, I think Andrew likes it a bit on the rough side. That's a little much for, I think I'm just gonna say I'm out. Oh, look, Andrew saves that for you, for y'all's lives. Not during the live, is it? I've never seen you blink, so I'm not really sure. Saintly, thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening. We're not going to be here too much longer, probably about 12 more minutes. Wincing shows weakness. Train hard, live hard, right? Oh, yeah, you do that, Robert? That guitar player was happy as he could be. I have stayed out of the ones from like dusk to dawn. Even if the vampires aren't involved, yeah, in my younger days, I stayed out of those. Well, maybe not every time. That is not a story for a live. That is a story for a campfire in person. What kind of cigar are we having, Andrew? Is it Honduran at least? I mean, Honduran cigars are every bit as good as Cuban cigars. And if you don't know, you might as well just bought a King Edward down at the Stop and Go. Olivia Series R. It's a black and mild. And of course, all right, it just resumed for once. I tried to flip the camera around, and of course, it did something crazy. Cohibas are good, Tin Man. I used to enjoy Cohibas. No more Cohibas for me. Yeah, Honduran, man. They used to have that stuff on basically a monthly order. Had the humidor and the whole 9 yards. It was amazing. Hey, back in the day, I have smoked a lot of Swishers. When I say back in the day, I was 19 years old, but it was back in the day. Well, I quit smoking probably, my God, it's been 15 years ago. And I would really love to be able to enjoy a cigar. But the last time I enjoyed a cigar, I was back smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. So I just stay away from them. It probably took me 10 years. Smoking cigarettes is like the worst thing ever. It took me 10 years probably to get over that. And just smoking a cigar, for some reason, I'll be smoking cigarettes. I know it. So I just stay away from it. I'll drink my beer, maybe have a couple of glasses of bourbon. I'm not giving up every vice because I am not dying in this world going out with a good looking corpse. Really, Andrew, because you barely smoked any of them. Robert, don't make me kick you out because you're killing me, dude. Didn't you say you only smoke like a couple of cigars a year, Andrew? Sister Krista. Good to see you, sister. A cigar a month is not bad. No, it's not. If you maintain that, don't just have one every time you drink, because then you'll start drinking because you have a cigar and then you're smoking the crap out of them. Dude, I used to smoke a lot of backwoods cigars, and I tell you what, just around a campfire with a cold beer and a bourbon, backwoods, hey, you can look down on it, but this is a pretty good cigar. Krista, I hope you're having a great evening. We're just sitting out here having a beer, lighting a campfire, or a porch fire. That doesn't sound right. We're having a porch fire and enjoying not freezing temperatures. You just sampled the cobbler, you bastard. love cobbler. I just don't like a lot of cobbler. I like to have it one time and then I'm done with it. If I'm actually having sweets, I am a fiend for peanut M&Ms. The wife has been buying them, and I stay out of them most of the time, but man, I love those things. Oh, you're even plumbing the trailer. You're going full bore on that thing. It's going to be basically like a little kitchen for coffee. And I would tell everybody here, I think everybody here is on everybody's channel and is already subbed. But if you haven't, you need to check out everybody on this live and go sub to their channel. Oh, you like that shirt, Tin Man? I tried the new ACUs, but man, the BDU is king. And Tiger Stripe BDU is the supreme king. And right now it feels pretty good. Actually, I'd actually need to buy about 3 more of these shirts and just put them up. Yeah, I need to order some of your coffee too, Krista. Does it come ground or unground, or can you get it either way? Because I don't have a grinder anymore. I've become what would we call that? A simple bitch when it comes to coffee. COVID screwed coffee up for me. I drank black coffee for probably 30 years. And after COVID, I couldn't stand black coffee. And it made me so sad. And it's not everything, it's just coffee. I don't know what it is. It was weird. So now I have to make a girl's coffee with cream and sugar in it. Tin Man, you have a great night, man. I really appreciate you stopping in and hanging with us for a little while. We're not going to be super long before we shut it down, but I really appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us. Yeah, this we need to turn up some lights too. Starting to get a little on the dark side. I tell you what, if you could grind it for me, I would love to order a bag of coffee. I'll get with you here pretty soon. I'll have to have you ship me some coffee. I do still like coffee, even if it's like high school girls' coffee. What can I say? Can y'all hear that? There are literally frogs out singing tonight. That is crazy. They're going nuts down there. I used to be the coffee connoisseur snob. I ground all my own coffee. I used like an old school 1950s percolator. I wouldn't drink. I would stay so far away from Folgers. Now I'm like drinking instant coffee because my taste buds are so screwed up. It's just sad, but I would like to try some good coffee. You can well, they're quite a ways away, Robert. If you can barely hear them, those frogs are probably almost half a mile away. If that puts that in perspective. If you watch some of my footage from they're loud. If you watch some footage from my drone when I went down to the pond, that's where they're at. In the summertime, you can't hear yourself think out here on this back deck. The daggum frogs are so loud. Here in a few minutes, the coyotes should start sounding off. I think. Do we have a moon tonight? I don't see it yet. If we have any kind of moon tonight, the coyotes will be sounding off here any time now. And they come close. They'll come up 200 yards or closer to the house. We're just going to finish up this beer here pretty quick. Still got a little ways to go on it. And if anybody hasn't seen, this is the beer we're drinking tonight. It breaks my tongue to try to pronounce this, but is an excellent beer. Well, they call this beer Devour, and that's pretty good. It's a pretty good description because it is amazing. But they come in at about 8.9%. So if you devour them, be prepared to not have a great morning because you're going to be suffering. Yeah. It's nice living out where I love listening to the wildlife. So I game and I play a lot of World of Warships. And I've got headsets because I'm talking to people. We're on Discord. And the wildlife is so loud, I can hear it outside the house with my headsets on. And the people can hear it coming through the mic. Six black quads. Yes. That would probably be the last live I ever do. If I do 6 black quads, I'd probably get thrown off YouTube if I was quite honest, because I'm about to do some shit. It's fixing to go down. And then I need to have the camera pointed at the deck because that's where I'm going to be. Instant ban from YouTube. Yeah, Daddy would definitely be drunk. I don't know. I'm still torn. I think that you are right, Andrew. The Black Quad is slightly better than the Dragon's Milk, but it's not by a large margin. And I did pick up some more Dragon's Milk while I was at the store today. I had to take out the old Ram Charger today. It hadn't been ran in about 2 weeks. We had to give that a rip to town. That's always fun. Piss off all the neighbors. They're either pissed off or really happy. There's no in between. Nobody ignores it. They're either mad that I drove by or they just stop whatever they're doing. Absolutely, I had my earplugs in. I've run it a lot without earplugs, but my ears will ring for hours. And I just don't think that's a long term solution. So I pretty much wear earplugs every time I drive the Ram Charger anywhere. At first, you don't think it's that bad. You really don't. You convince yourself it's not that bad. You stay in that Ram Charger for an hour. Well, it doesn't even have open header. Well, it's almost open headers, but so it's got hooker headers followed by old school glass packs. No cats, no nothing. Straight glass packs. And they dump out of each side. And it is blistering loud. There's absolutely no way, unless you're screaming, that's not loud. Believe me, it's loud. Now, I did run it with open hooker headers on it for a while, and that was bad. That would literally knock pictures. My brother-in-law, so he helped me with a couple of things on this build. And I took it over to his house, and I fired it up, and all the pictures in his house hung sideways just from that thing running. And it was across the street. But when it downshifts, it's a tragedy to everything. You can hear it for 5 miles at least. I'm not drag racing, but I also have a shift kit in it, and it doesn't shift until about 5,500 RPM. So that second, it's only a 3-speed transmission, so that second gear sings. And you could just be driving normal. You're not getting on it. You're not doing anything crazy. My neighbor, he says every time I come by and that thing shifts into second gear, goes right through his house like he lives in cardboard. As a matter of fact, I do, Robert. She thumps. She's got a little cam in her. So I had the motor built in South Carolina and shipped to me, and I'm the one that installed it. I'm not the one that tuned it, but I did install it. It's been dynoed. This thing's not, by modern standards, it's not a high performance vehicle. Yeah, she's going now, isn't she, Andrew? But by modern standards, it's not super high performance. But I did double the horsepower that it came with, which is still low by today's standards. Hell, the damn Jeep Wrangler has as much horsepower as my truck does, but it don't sound like it does. And that's fine with me because I don't want to go fast. I've gotten rid of everything of mine that goes fast because I love speed. And because of that, I had to get rid of it all because it was just causing me grief. Yeah, that fire is coming right along. Yeah, the torque is definitely up. The torque is running close to 400 foot-pounds of torque in it, which factory, it was making maybe 180, maybe. Brand new on the showroom floor, it only made 170 horsepower. So she will giddy up, but it's not so much giddy up that it's retarded. It's so much giddy up that it won't break shit if you floor it. Which was the goal. I don't want to break it. I just want to drive it. I want to have fun with it. The bad part about having a old hot rod, which it is a hot rod, is there's not a whole lot of car clubs, car activities, car shows. They used to have them everywhere, and they're just disappearing. There's not a great deal of people out there that have the old cars to come out and hang out and just shoot the shit. It's kind of sad, really. Now everybody drives their Prius and their economy vehicle, which I call a toaster. It's right about 10 and a half, Robert. I can still run it on pump gas, barely. I usually just put premium in it. It runs pretty good on premium. I actually dumped some of my gas I had bought for my generators for the storm. I had to break down. I usually buy ethanol free gas for all my generators and four-wheeler and lawnmower and all that stuff. I run ethanol free, and I was forced to buy just regular pump gas. I dumped some of it into it this morning, and then I took it for a rip, and it did not like it. So the carburetor I have in it is a Holley, but it's a 670 Avenger. It's an off-road carburetor. So the problem with the old carburetors, if you went down a hill like this, it'd flood. If you went up a hill like this, it'd have fuel starvation. The Harley Avenger, it has basically a deeper bowl where you don't starve or flood. I mean, it's a 4x4 after all. You got to put the correct stuff on it. Even though I'll probably never take it off-road. I mean, I made it off-road, but yeah, it's just a show toy. $750 would actually be a little bit much for this engine. This is only a 318 Mopar, or if you want to be modern, a 5.2 liter. Man, this fire is great. It took it a little while, but it's coming around to my way of thinking. Oh, look, the next delivery. I can hear the alarms. So you had a Suburban with a throttle body on it, slice incline or decline, cause it to stall out. Yep, exactly. I did see that, Levin. That was great. That was some stupid ass crap. My truck, my modern truck that I haul the travel trailer around with and everything, it requires DEF. Let me try. I have not smelled the pine yet, Andrew. You're gonna have to get those numbers up, son. Those are rookie numbers. Put another log on. But yeah, the DEF is just insane. But I'm really, I really don't want to change that truck out. I don't know why. I basically don't want to spend the money on it, I guess, and just remove all that death crap out of it. Yeah, put another log on, ACR. I may put another log on here, even if I mean, we've been going for over an hour. I don't know how long I'll stay out here, but I am thinking about putting another log on. I don't know. Y'all want to hang out? What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to see some more campfire? It's starting to look a little sad. 2 more hours. Gen X, get the hell out of here. You're definitely a Gen X. 2 more hours. I'm not doing one of your damn 5.5 hour lives. Although it is good, I mean, for watch hours, it's perfect, but my goodness. All right, we're going to put one more log on. A whole bunch of stuff sitting out there waiting on the side of the house.
No. Are you off?
No. Yeah, I know. That log got to catch pretty good.
No, it's all in the house.
Oh, okay. 6 more logs, 4 more beers, and 3 more whiskeys. Negative, sir. Negative. Tiki guy would approve. I kind of feel like y'all are sitting around the fire with me. Except if you're sitting around Andrew's fire, it'd be smoked out. Of course, I can't say much because my fire is kind of crap tonight. Yeah, I know. ACR is the instigator. Gen X isn't here, so he's taking over. Where is Gen X anyway? I think we blew right through his daggum lunch hour. I'm going to go get 1 more beer. How about 1 more beer? Not 4 more beers. You smell like pine and bad decisions. Oh, God. I've smelled like that several times. He's going to get his nails done? Yeah, I can see that. Never know with that guy. He looks all gruff and outdoors, but he gets a mani-pedi at least once a month, right? All right. I'm going to do 1 more beer. Since Robert has nothing else to do, I don't either, really. I'm just going to sit out here and once this log catches and have a beer. But I'll be right back. Y'all entertain yourselves. Woo. Well done, Homestead. Welcome aboard, sir. Well, you have stumbled in. I don't know what you would call this. It's just sitting out by a campfire and drinking a beer. My wife put in a request for a beer today, and actually I like it too. The Blue Moon. If you don't like Blue Moon, I don't know that we can be friends. Really don't. Nothing special. Just a great little beer. Of course, you got to open it with a good old Craftsman lifetime guarantee bottle opener that weighs more than the beer. It is a winter beer. And guess what? It's starting to get cold as shit out here. You got to wait for the Blue Moon tomorrow? That is tragic. Hey, I like Coors Banquet. Out of all my standard run-of-the-mill, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm talking about you can go to any beer store. Coors Banquet is a top-notch beer. Blue Moon is pretty good as well. I could appreciate a wind change though. Holy crap. Got a little bit of smoke out of that new lock. So, I put out my one video of the Bond Arms Derringer, and I thought it was a pretty good little video, but it kind of flopped, really. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with moonshine. I need to fire my still back up. But anyway, what do you think about the Henry 357? What do you think? Would that make a good video? I'm thinking about doing the Henry next time. Blue Moon is, I tell you what, I discovered it one time at a bar by accident, and it was almost tragic. I had about 12 of them. Y'all like that? The Henry 357? I might have to cut out my daggum gun range a little bit more. I'd like to get a little bit of further away from the steel plates. 357 out of a pistol is one thing. When it's coming out of a rifle, that sucker's humming. And my backstop is really, well, it's not just the backstop, just my whole place. Pretty much it's not a rifle range. I'm not going to do any high-powered rifles on it. I'd have to go somewhere else, but it is a pistol caliber after all. It should be fine. Now, just like the only thing that I have against the Henry 357 is that it does not like modern 357 ammo. The 357 round normally comes with, there go the codes, it normally comes with a flat head. The lead is flat. It does not like to cycle that flat head. It likes a round head on that round. For some reason, as it's coming up, so basically, the next bullet, you got your your chamber here, the next bullet's being loaded, and it starts pushing it forward, and that flat head will hit on the bottom of the chamber, and sometimes it hangs. Now, if you have an old cowboy round, my goodness, it's getting dark out here. A little bit more. There we go. If you got a round head, it just hits, goes right into the chamber. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Yeah, that's right, Robert. Yeah, which is the reason why I want to cut my firing line back. Normally I'm only going to do pistols on my range or shotguns or something like that. Anything high powered, I have to go somewhere else. Yeah, I didn't know that at all, Just Lark. I just bought it because it was cool. And then I put some 357s in it and it didn't operate correctly. Checking out a couple of different lever actions. Yeah, I'm not an expert at lever actions, but the Henry is a fine firearm, but you just got to know going in that it's got some drawbacks. Yeah, I don't think I could ever sell mine. Even if it's got quirks, I can't see myself getting rid of it. I tell you what, it's starting to get, whoa, we're dropping people like flies. It has been going on for about an hour and 30 minutes. It's starting to get cold out here, even with a fire. The mare's leg, I don't know, I'm torn. It's got a cool factor to it, but I don't know. The usability of it, it kind of reminds me a lot of the Shockwave. You're still here? Nice. I don't know. The Shockwave was cool, but as far as a rifle, I just don't know about the mare's leg. It is extremely cool, though. I've looked at them a dozen times if I looked at them once. Lawfully armed. Welcome in, sir. You probably just made it for the end of this. We're fixing to wrap this up. Enjoying a blue moon. Starting to freeze, though. Starting to suck a little bit. The shirt is starting to fail. It's just not all that. But anyway, we're going to shut this down. I hope y'all all have a wonderful night. I'm glad everybody pulled through this winter snow apocalypse. It's not that cold here right now. We're probably in the 40s somewhere. It was a lot colder here a few days ago. That is for sure. We got down to about 8 degrees. Yeah, I appreciate that, Andrew. The likes have done fairly well tonight. I appreciate that. I got another video coming out for Saturday. I actually backlogged a few videos for once. Usually I'm on the spur of the moment, but I got some backlog, so I think y'all will enjoy the next one. Yeah, single digits did suck, especially when you have zero power. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great night. I appreciate everybody for coming in. We've had a pretty good campfire. It didn't want to start, but we got it started. It's rolling. But we're going to shut her down. I'm sure about half everybody wants to go eat something. So until next time, I'm hoping to see y'all next Thursday. Take care, my friends. Y'all have a good one.